Welcome to another episode of Discover Harmony Florida. I'm Kristen McCary, and I'm here with your host,
Janine Corcoran, broker for the Corcoran Connection at Real Estate Company.
So welcome to 2022.
Woohoo!
I don't know if I'm scared. I'm excited. I walked in very anxiously, like, what's going to happen this year?
It's all good.
It's
all going to be good.
I know. And so, of course, new year, new me. No, I'm really actually going to try and work on the same things that I did last year. But I wanted to talk about resolutions, or things that I'd like to resolve. Because I think for me in particular, I want to resolve to do more. Like experience more and stuff like that. So I thought we could talk about our, community resolutions for this year. So what's something that you want to do in 2022 you want to do more of?
Definitely. First of all, I want to know, how long do these resolutions really last?
Well, history states about 30 days.
30 days? I didn't even think that long.
Yeah.
I definitely want to commit to riding my bike more in our community. I absolutely love riding bikes in this community. And for folks who live here know this. For folks who don't live here, there is so much beautiful scenery here. Now, we don't have mountains. We don't. We have gorgeous sunsets. We have beautiful golf courses. We just have lovely tree-lined streets and just beautiful houses, and it's just a beautiful community, lots of nature. So I definitely want to commit to riding my bike more, because I don't do it. I walk every morning, and I do take pictures at least once a week, and I try to post them.
Right.
But I definitely want to commit, and bike riding is good for you.
Right.
And that's something you can do at night. So like, I love to walk in the morning every morning with a friend of mine. Hey, we have pictures of that.
Right.
And, but definitely want to commit to riding a bike.
Right. And it's different too, because like with walking, I mean, sure, you could walk, all 4 miles or whatever, 2 miles down to like the back by the lakes and back. But I mean, that's a much longer time. Whereas if you're riding a bike, it only takes you a couple of minutes,
No, it doesn't take a couple. First of all, I used to do it all the time. It's 8.5 miles.
Is it really?
Yes. If you start and go to the estates and then work your way around the circle and then go all the way down to the end past the lakes. Yeah, right. You're in 8.5 miles.
Right. So it's a really good ride, but at least you can do that.
No hills. You don't have to worry about
Right. It's very leisurely.
Should you wear a helmet? Oh, you should wear a helmet. Too bad I don't have the video, because literally last February, I believe it was, literally I was with my grandson, and he lived right around the corner, and we stopped and got his bike, and I hadn't seen him, at the time he was 4, and he knew how to ride a 2-wheeler, and I hadn't seen him ride. And I said, so anyway, we got on the main road, Capriya, where the golf course is, right there. And I said, well, if I put him on that side of the road, if he took off on me, is there any street he had to cross? He literally can stay on the sidewalk all the way up to the clubhouse by the golf course. So I was like, I'll just cross him across the street and get him on. Well, he got on his bike. He rode so quickly, but I was like, wow, he's really good. I got so excited for him. And being the Mima that I am, I had my phone. I said, oh, I got to take a picture of him. So I got on my bike. Now he's taken off. He's gone. And so I got on my bike, and I have that, what is that called?
The Pop-It?
The Pop-It,
pop socket?
I put my little hand in there, and I got my phone ready, and I got on my bike, and now he's gone. Like, I don't even see him. But in my mind, I know he's safe. He can't cross the street. He's good. So I get on my bike, and I start riding as fast as I can. Riding. And I look up and I see him. So I say, oh, let me get my video ready, because I'm going to record him. How good he's doing. Folks, don't do this. And I don't have a helmet on. And so I'm on the sidewalk and I'm riding, and I look down my phone, and I get it ready. I look up. He's off the bicycle, standing on the sidewalk, wondering where I am. Needless to say, to my surprise, I look up.
there
I
he
saw
is.
him there. Folks, did you know that if you don't have your hand on the right and the left brake at the same time, that the left one actually locks your front wheel? I did not know that. And needless to say, I jammed it with my left, because I had my phone in the right, and I went right over, broke the elbow. It was on record. KJ, I'm laying there, and I knew I hurt myself, and the bike's on top of me. I was like, do you think you can help me, Ma, get this bike off? He's like, he runs over, he picks up the phone, and it was still recording. He's like, oh, Mima, your phone's okay. I'm like, Forget about
Priorities.
the phone. Help me. So needless to say, I ended up fracturing my elbow. I never broke a bone in my life, ever. I never fell off a bike. I'm coordinated. I consider myself pretty athletic. And yeah, so.
Well, that's because you were trying to text and ride. I don't think that's a campaign.
But
it's
did
a
you
new
know
campaign.
the left side is your front of the wheel? I never knew that.
I don't
I knew
know.
you spoke. I thought this like stopped everything at the same time, but apparently your right's for the back and the left's for the front.
Well, that makes sense. Like if you wanted to use one or the other. I don't know. I think I've only ever ridden a bike with one set of brakes.
What,
Like
do you have a
one
Schwinn?
handle. I don't know. You probably bought it for me. I have no idea.
Anyway.
But that's crazy. So, but at least, I mean, all that to say, bike riding in Harmony is incredible. Like
Yes,
even
it
when you go, I mean, it's so incredible that
It
you just
is.
want to get your
It
phone out
is.
and endanger your life, you know?
It is. No, it is beautiful. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful place to ride bikes. And our neighbor Tim rides bikes all the time. And I saw him this morning. It looked like he had a buddy, and they had their helmets on. Smart people. Smart people. And I bet you he knows that the left is for the front. And you always stop with both hands.
Yeah.
What happened to the good old days when we could just press the back brake?
Right.
They
They
still
still
have-
make those.
Those are like beach bikes, right?
Right. Cruisers.
Cruisers, yeah.
Yeah. Olivia has one. Yep. And she got on the bike and she goes, "Where are my brakes?" And I was like, I didn't know that it didn't have those kinds of brakes. It just has the other ones. So
Oh, was that for her Christmas?
yeah, it was for
Oh.
Christmas. So she's adjusting now to not having hand brakes and just having the pedal brakes. So
Right.
we'll see.
Well,
how,
I think the handbrakes comes with like multiple gears or
right,
something. so.
right, probably more.
Anyway,
of
so
those.
what about you? What's your resolution for the community to do differently?
Boy, I really want to for me personally, I do just want to get out and do more and participate in more of the activities that we have. But I will say that, Quentin and Olivia both really, really love fishing. And so they both got fishing poles for Christmas. And so now we are resolving to go out fishing more as a family, which of course I go out and I'm just taking pictures. Like I have zero interest in fishing because I suck at it. And I would catch the grass every single time, or a person, I'm not sure. But I do enjoy going out there and hanging out with them as they do that. And I want to resolve to go out on the boats more. I've lived here since 2008 and I have been on the boats. Guess how many times?
5?
0.
You have never been on the boat?
Never been on the boats. I have been
With
here
anyone?
With anyone. I have been here for over 13 years. I've never once been on the boats. So,
Folks, why are you not going on the boats?
I don't know. It's included. They're great. I just never it seems okay, this is a very lazy thing to say. It seems like a whole lot of work. Like I can't plan that far in advance when it's a leisurely activity for myself. Like I feel guilty like scheduling like fun times for myself that far in advance. And you do have to book it.
It's easy though. You
it's
book it
easy.
online. Yeah.
It's not complicated, but I don't know what I want to do next Saturday. What if I don't want to go? And now I've got the boat. But anyway, so I'm going to resolve to reserve the boat and go out and
I'm going
enjoy.
to hold you to that. Next month, I'm going to say, did you go on the boat?
I know.
Because when it gets too hot, you're not going to want to be on the boat.
No, because you can't go very fast, and then there's no breeze, and then you're sitting in the muggy heat, and this is a great time to go on the boat. So, plus then they can fish, like out on the water, and
That's a good point. So we enjoy the boats, but I also like the canoes. And in Florida, we have gators, which they're not aggressive. They don't come near you. I've never seen one.
Right.
Well, maybe one time.
well.
Anyway, but I told Bill, I said, let's take the canoes. He's like, you're out of your mind. I'm not going in a canoe on that lake when there's gators. Like, I don't know what movie he watched. But anyway, so I said to him, well, you take the pontoon boat. And we had a friend, and I said, we'll take the canoes or the kayaks, whatever. I feel like the canoe is like closes you in a little more.
Right.
Anyway, and so I told him I have this big long horse rope that I had, it's like a sail rope.
Right.
And I said, and then, if I get tired, I'll just throw you the rope and pull me in and I can go on the boat and we'll hook the canoe up and go
Drag it
around.
back.
Yeah. But anyway, I just think that would be so much fun.
Yeah.
I mean, I would feel better if I'm out there and I had a place to actually put my feet on land, as opposed, suppose you're out there just on the canoe with you and your friend and something did happen where, you have no,
Right.
Do
Do we know how deep Buck Lake is?
No, I don't know. how
Because I
deep.
feel
It's a
like-
natural lake, so it has to be deep, I would imagine.
Not necessarily. I mean, you look
No?
at like Lake Toho, and it's like a very shallow lake. Like the big Lake Toho in Kissimmee, it's shallow in a lot of parts. It's like
I didn't realize that.
yeah, like 6 feet maybe. You know what I mean? So like it's. I guess my point being, like, you know, you could potentially, like, what if you fell over and you're like panicking and then you realize you could stand? Like,
Oh, I never thought about that. Does anyone listening to this podcast know how deep Buck Lake is? That
Right.
would be a great fact to find out.
I'm curious. I just feel like in Florida, like you don't, I mean, you know, I'm sure there's some deeper lakes, but I feel like there's probably a lot of shallow lakes too.
Yeah, I always think of lakes up north because they're like go on for, 40,
Right.
50 feet. They just
Right.
like,
Super deep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you did, if you ever, even on the more shallow lakes, if you touched, you have you ever done that? When you touch the lake on the bottom, it's the sand. It feels like
Isn't it
I'm not-
slimy?
No. Yeah, it's kind of wet. It feels like silly sand. Yeah. Like real wet, cold.
Yeah.
Just soft, really cold because it's always cold. But
I only think of the lake house, Grandma and Grandpa's lake house. And I don't know,
Yeah, yeah.
for me that felt like
that was a mucky
mildewy,
lake,
like
yeah.
gross.
Yeah.
I didn't like touching
yeah,
the bottom
yeah.
there.
Yeah, because probably a seaweed or whatever.
Yeah, no, it was really gross. Didn't like that at all. So
Yeah, listen, I'm going to go back to Harmony Community and New Year's resolutions. My resolution is because we eat out a lot. And I'm glad to support the local restaurant, the tavern.
that's a good way to justify it.
But because there's no cooking going on, I want to commit to drinking less. Not because I want to drink less. It's so freaking expensive.
Right.
Like when you add drinks to your bill, it's like, and you're like 5 minutes from the house. You know what I mean? Like
you could walk home.
you can,
know,
or have a
like-
drink before you go, and it's just like it's craziness. And with inflation, everything's gone up. So.
Right.
Something that we were just talking about that with my sister, something that costs her and her husband will go out and he doesn't drink and she might have one happy hour drink because she lives in the Villages. And then she'll say like our meal that was costing us $32 last year is now costing us $50.
Right.
The same meal, same
everything.
They do the special village
Right.
hour time, whatever. They
Right, at
eat
3 p.m.
3:30. Yeah, 3:30. Yes. That's what happens in
Yeah.
the villages. It's not that
Yeah.
bad down here, but
No.
and she says inflation's crazy. You buy milk. Do you remember what a gallon of milk cost last year compared to?
Full confession, I'm not allowed to go grocery shopping because even though I'm the one that makes the list, when I go grocery shopping, I shop with my stomach or my heart. And so I buy a lot of stuff that was not on the list because I'm like, we could really use this, So anyway, so all that to say that Quentin actually does the shopping. So Quentin, do you know how much your gallon of milk has gone up over the past year? It's about $1.
Yeah.
And that's
roughly.
just one item.
Right. Well, I will tell you that like we actually, one of our personal,
20% total for groceries.
right, about 20% is what Quentin said is how much it's raised. And like the past year, whatever, we ate out a lot, that wasn't typical for us in previous years. But this past year we were just like, we had the disposable income and, whatever. But, we broke it down because we were really getting serious about buying a house this year. And I was like, we like ate our budget. Like they say, you want to know where your heart is, look where your money goes. Apparently my heart is in food because like we ate out so much. And I'm talking,
And you have a family of 4.
I do. So we would go through Chick-fil-A and what used to be like a $35, maybe $40, because Chick-fil-A was on the higher end of the price scale for us anyways, now like 50 plus. Like, so
For
think about
family
that
of
for
4 to
family.
go?
Yeah. I mean, now granted, they're all like, it's basically for adults because,
Right, right,
it's not like we're talking like two little kids.
Yeah. They're not getting a Happy Meal.
No, they're not.
whatever.
Yeah, exactly. They're not getting kids meals, but we regularly we would go out for lunch and we'd spend $60 on lunch, and then sometimes there would be days that we would actually be out of the house a lot. And so we would eat out lunch and then we'd eat out dinner and we'd spend $150 in one day in food. So one of our personal resolutions, which we've done really, really well about for the past couple of weeks, is to get back to cooking more, and making meals at home and eating what we have. And so begrudgingly, yesterday Quentin had to be out of the house for a client meeting, and he left early enough and he was out late enough that he had to get lunch out. And I was so sad eating my turkey sandwich at home, thinking about him having lunch out. So
What'd you have, Q? Oh, yeah, I love Chick-fil-A.
me too. So anyway, all that to say,
If I'm going to cheat on any kind of meat, it's going to be Chick-fil-A.
oh, for sure. I don't know why. It just tastes so good. So good. So,
I just love the lemonade too.
oh, it's so good. So good. So those are I mean, and I think, getting back to like resolutions in the community, like for me, I can probably count on one hand. And granted, a lot of times it has to do with the fact like the events will be scheduled and then like we just happen to not be available, whether it's for a soccer thing or a work thing or whatever. But this year I really, really, really want to make it a point to go to more events in the community and just kind of like connect more with people here. Because like I said, I can't believe, thinking back on it, we've been here for 14 years. And I think I went to more events when we first moved here, like when we had the Dark Sky Festival and stuff like that.
They're
now.
going to do casino night in February. So
Yeah.
that'd be good.
That's all. And there's an 80s party at the end of the month. Did you see
I
that?
didn't see
80s
that.
dance
No.
party. Yeah. I'm excited. So lots of good things. I mean, I'm really excited about, 2022 goals and resolutions. So we'll have to check back in. You'll have to see if I actually get on the boat in Harmony. Mm-hmm. And we'll see if you ride your bike with a helmet. No. Or don't break anything else.
I don't know if I'm going to ride it with a helmet, but
Right.
yeah, I definitely have to ride the bike more.
Yeah.
Because I do love it. It's very peaceful.
Yeah.
So that's my resolution. So we'll have to see.
And I really love, like, I don't know about you, but one of my favorite stretches that I've done recently is, and not on a bike, I'm on the golf cart, but on the golf cart taking drives around, is going past, past the clubhouse and like to the other side of Harmony, right? Where the lakes are and where like Middlebrook and Feathergrass and the Enclave is. And so like, I don't know, there's something about that little like stretch of road that's like so peaceful and quiet because it's just woods and like golf course. And except for like, the handful of streets that come out, but it's so quiet out there. It's like really, really nice. So I love going out that way.
And when I ride the bike in the evening, I try to time it so that I'm catching the sunset on the way home.
Oh, such an
My
incredible
favorite
sunset.
stretch is from the front circle down Five Oaks with the golf course on your left because
Yes.
the sun sets that way. It's just so pretty.
It really does. Right on that corner right there at Five Oaks and Catbrier, like that sunset over the golf course is like incredible down by the townhouses. So
Yeah, we have some beautiful sunsets here in Florida.
Absolutely.
You don't have to be on the beach.
Nope. You can enjoy them anywhere. So it's really,
they're gorgeous.
really gorgeous. So anyway, so that was a great first episode of 2022. Thanks for joining us. You can find us online at all your favorite podcasts. You can watch us on YouTube if you want to see what we're doing, how we banter back and forth. Thank you so much for joining us. Be sure to leave a review, comment, subscribe, like, whatever you want to do. Just let us know you're listening. And if you have any questions for us or you have something you want to talk about or something that you picked up on, definitely leave a comment and let us know so we can talk about that another episode.
Absolutely.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Bye.